You may begin your presentation.
What is commitment?
Is it giving up when things get tough?
Is it stopping production when the supply overpowers the demand?
To our team, commitment is connection, concentration, and compassion. Commitment is staying with a project for years, even when it seems impossible. Commitment is finding ways to think outside the box and bridge the gaps that others would see as too wide. Commitment is rising with the highs and sticking together through the lows.
We are committed to making change, fighting problems, and continuing on with these ideas, whether new or existing.
Much has happened with our team throughout the past year. Seasons have changed, team members have come and gone, but most importantly, progress has been made. Internally, our team has made and solidified connections. Externally, our team has grown and expanded project initiatives to meet the needs of our communities.
This growth would not have been possible without our team's value to commitment.
We are committed to providing supplemental educational content to students with little to no internet access.
Have you ever wondered how different your life would be without your education? As a team of students, education is our main priority. Every single one of us has struggled in our classes. But when we have questions, we can hop onto Google or Khan Academy to expand upon these concepts.
Thousands of kids all over the world strive to learn and attain the knowledge you and I get every day at a push of a button from our phones, tablets, and computers. This is the reality of 26% of K-12 students and nearly 40% of low-income Californian students without access to stable internet. In 2018, our team decided to address this gap in education through eLibrary, a micro-compressed flash drive containing thousands of hours of open-source educational content.
Over the past year, we had the opportunity to reevaluate our projects and rethink our models. Our original eLibrary model focused on school systems. In Jamaica, we worked closely with the Ministry of Education to match our eLibrary content to their curriculum. All eLibrary drives in 171 Jamaican schools and over 200,000 students had content tailor-made for their school curriculum.
This year, in order to impact all types of students, we expanded our eLibrary content beyond the confines of a school curriculum. We expanded our Jamaican eLibrary drive from 422 books and 3,393 videos to create our new eLibrary with over 1,200 textbooks and 8,200 videos, including thousands of Wikipedia entries. Next, we developed 3 more editions of eLibrary: Spanish, Bilingual, and Life Science and Health.
We are also the first organization to download and redistribute the entire iBiology.org video library.
As a team, LaSierra Enactus has set the standard for long-term sustainable projects. Just look at our previous India field station, spanning over 10 years and doubling the income of over 100 families. As we approach eLibrary's 5th year, we have no intention of stopping until over 1 million students are impacted by our drives, because we believe in our motto that knowledge should always be free to learn and free to share.
Our reevaluation period gave us a new perspective on what eLibrary could do. We continued our old model of distribution to schools like Alvord School District, Holbrook Indian School, La Vida Mission School, and Kamagambo High School, Kenya. We selected each school by conducting needs assessments, along with careful consideration. Kamagambo used our Jamaican method of deployment, with 10 eLibrary drives being utilized in the school's computer lab, available for every student to use.
Our Alvord, Holbrook, and La Vida drops employed a new school model, with an eLibrary drive going to each student for every student to use. In this way, each eLibrary student has a whole library at their fingertips in their own homes. Apart from our deployment of 200 Spanish eLibrary drives to Alvord School District, we sent La Vida Mission School over 20 English eLibrary drives and continued on to deploy 25 English and 25 Life Science and Health drives to Holbrook Indian School.
This year, we expanded eLibrary into a homeless shelter, proving that education is not limited to within the boundaries of schools. Homeless shelters are huge advocates for GED certification. Many homeless are undereducated because of unsustainable living conditions. We deployed eLibrary to Samaritan Inn in McKinney, Texas. The GED eLibrary users found our content applicable to their studies and strongly agreed that eLibrary helped improve their understanding of difficult concepts.
Next, we turn to another non-school population, the Migrant Education Program. The purpose of migrant education programs is to ensure that all migratory children reach challenging academic standards and graduate with a high school diploma. According to the California government, 1 out of every 3 migrant students in the United States lives in California.
Students may receive laptops from their schools, but their internet access can be spotty or non-existent. Our eLibrary drives can help bridge this digital divide by providing thousands of quality 4K videos and textbooks to students eager to learn. We partnered with the Riverside Office of Migrant Education to supply them with 70 eLibrary drives. Our next stops are the San Diego, Modesto, Stanislaus, and Ventura Counties migrant education programs, with plans to send out over 500 drives this year.
Our team's coders have spent hundreds of hours perfecting the interface of our eLibrary drives, re-uploading the updated Khan Academy library monthly, and professionally stamping 1,000 new discs with our content that can meet our growing demand. The cost of the eLibrary project were in excess of $10,000 and hundreds of hours of volunteer labor. However, these costs are minimal compared to the societal benefits of improving the lives of these underserved communities.
Through Zoom meetings, emails, and phone calls, each one of our eLibrary members creates long-lasting partnerships. And these partnerships don't stop with the eLibrary project.
In 2019, we began our partnership with Growing Hope, an organization that operates on hydroponic farms with the help of students from San Andreas High School. Through hydroponic farming, students are given the confidence and ability to operate on numerous projects and devices. We continue this partnership with commitment.
Now, 3 years later, we've worked through multiple challenges to bring San Andreas High School students onto our campus. Our model involves high school students working with college mentors to maintain our vertical hydroponic growing units. These tower gardens have capabilities to grow various herbs, lettuce greens, and even flowers.
We used our Growing Hope partnership as our inspiration for Freight to Table. We now train our students on the tower gardens before they begin hydroponic work inside the Freight.
Our freight was purchased from Freight Farms, the developers of innovative farming technology in which an environmentally controlled hydroponic garden is situated within an insulated shipping container. It allows for year-round cultivation of organically and sustainably grown vegetables. The implementation and utilization of this technology provides our campus and surrounding communities with fresh and locally sourced produce. This provides students at LaSierra University a chance to develop business, agricultural, and STEM-related skills from the functions associated with owning and operating the farm.
Through trial and error, we have learned that the best harvesting methods to continue growing sustainable produce involve 7 to 8 week cycles, which allow optimal time for our produce to mature. Every week, our students work to transplant, germinate, and harvest around 500 heads of lettuce. This process involves carefully removing the produce from the growing channels, thoroughly cleaning those same channels, and inserting new growing plugs to start this process all over again.
Since our first harvest, we've been able to distribute over 1,800 free packages of our hydroponically grown produce to the local community. That's roughly 75 homes on a weekly basis.
In partnership with Alvord High School, we are working to develop and implement a curriculum that will help students learn about the benefits of hydroponic farming. In addition, this will provide them with key business skills to help develop an entrepreneurial mindset at an early age, putting them well ahead of their competition.
We use the same entrepreneurial mindset when it comes to cultivating partnerships on and around our campus, starting with our own campus cafeteria.
We deliver 200 heads of lettuce every week to our own cafeteria for students to eat at lunch and dinner. Through our commitment to delivering quality produce, we were able to form a second partnership with LaSierra Natural Foods. There, our produce is directly stocked and sold to consumers. As this relationship continues, we will initiate even more conversations regarding the scope of our impact and the sustainability of our produce.
With this project, we will continue to train the next generation of leaders, entrepreneurs, innovators, and teachers to provide sustainable agricultural solutions. We will pursue the fight against food insecurity by donating our produce to the community. And lastly, we look forward to partnering with different business entities to generate profit to sustain our business model.
Our dedication to these values drives positive change in our own communities, extending our reach and strengthening our impact further than we could have ever imagined.
All of you here today understand the importance of this type of commitment, the drive that fosters innovation, and the entrepreneurial spirit that changes lives.
Through every head of lettuce harvested, every drive coded, every community and student impacted, our team strives to continue providing for communities here as well as around the world.
This devotion to commitment isn't only just for a month or even a year. This is a long-term effort driven by the desire to honor the hard and dedicated work of our past members, as well as to keep the promises we made to our partners, stakeholders, and donors.
Our team is committed to carrying on this legacy, reminding each other that Enactus is a promise.
We remind ourselves about proving the possible and believe that students have the power to change communities.
Enacting change, when it matters most, is a commitment we do not back away from.
We refuse to give up and will continue sparking this passion in students just like you and me.
Commitment and nothing less. This is what makes us LaSierra University Enactus.
We will begin the question and answer period. Hi, that was a great presentation. I like the e-drives, the e-learning drives. Have you had anyone work with you on copyright laws? Because I would imagine that that's an issue you would face.
Thank you for the question. So when it comes to our e-library drives, all of our material on there is open source content. So what we have is a Creative Commons legal document, which is actually on our drives. All of our legal documentation you can find on the drives to make sure of the validity if you were to use it. But when it comes to our legal open source content, we make sure that all of the content we use is somehow third-party credible. So one example would be the Khan Academy. The Gates Foundation a couple of years ago, they actually went into a whole process of making sure that Khan Academy was a valid and credible source. And that is what we have done with the rest of our CK12 material and all of the other iBiology.org as well, along with the CDC material that we have on there. Everything we make sure that a third party has made sure that it is credible so that we feel that it is safe and good to use for our drives.
Yeah, great job, all of you, on the presentation. Just another quick question on the e-library. Right now, it looks like an opportunity to help others. Have you looked at an opportunity to make a profit off of it or sell things with school systems, et cetera?
So our business model for the e-library project has always been and will always be free to learn and free to share. So we're not actively looking to make profit on this project. As my friend Abby here said, all this content that we use is open source. So all that we have, or we spend $7 on each drive. In the future, we are looking to maybe have companies come in and subsidize costs to the drive to help us recoup some of those costs. And that's why we've left half of the drive blank, or not half the drive blank, but the back side of the branding on the drive blank. We have e-library on one side, on the back, we have it open to co-branding.
Great job and tons of passion. Have you thought about cybersecurity as it relates to the e-drive? That's a huge issue for everyone, both in commerce and in our personal lives. And flash drives or drives like the one that you guys are using could be a means to introducing viruses and other malware into the computers that they're plugged into. So pointing this out as a potential risk, what are you thinking about in terms of mitigating those situations?
So our partner, Mark Gaspar, who does help with coding along with our student coders, he has gone through there and worked out almost everything to keep out viruses. Again, nothing is perfect, but we try very hard to keep out viruses with our software.
To go along with that, Mark Gaspar, he has actually made the proprietary software that is able to microcompress all of the information that you see up here into these 64 gigabyte drives. And so he, along with our student coders, they are the people that look through, that make sure that any glitch in the system, that any possible, like you said, cybersecurity problem is thoroughly looked through before we even considering adding another database or another organization to our drives.
Hello. On your hydroponics project, from reading your report, it says you're in phase 1 and it's going to lead to phase 2. I understand you're giving the produce away and you're learning how to make that process. But in your program, you say that you're going to expand it and make it profitable. Could you explain that a little bit more?
Yes, of course. So when it comes to our freight farm, right now we are currently in a research and development stage of our project. So we give our produce to places such as our campus's cafeteria, as well as the local LaSierra Natural Foods Market. From there, they sell our produce and we are able to gain customer insights and customer feedback, what they think about our product. So from those insights, we are able to make adjustments to how we grow our produce. And from there, we are going to start eventually expanding into other sectors and to other businesses in order to sell our produce.
When it comes to the profitability of the freight, we're looking at an ROI of about 2% over 5 years. So that's when we're going to be profitable. And that comes down to the 100.
Your question and answer period has expired. Thank you to LaSierra University.
Thank you, LaSierra University. All right, LaSierra, you just walked off stage. How do you feel this time?
Incredible. Yeah.
Couldn't have gone better.
I feel proud of all my teammates here because we've been doing this for so long. We've been just putting our hearts into this. And this was just really like the culmination of everything. And honestly, like we said, it doesn't stop here. Monday morning, we're going back to harvest that produce. Whether or not we're awake fully, but yeah.
We'll be in the freight.
We continue on.
That 6-hour flight is not going to stop us.
That's awesome. So how does it feel? Because you delivered a presentation yesterday, and then today, do you then compare which one was better or what it was like? Or
I would say that today our passion definitely showed through.
Yeah.
This is a long-term coming, like Chris said, and to get to this level and to get to this stage, it was just a great moment for all of us.
what's LaSierra's mascot? Golden Eagles?
Yes.
Anything you want to say to your friends and fans and family back home?
Thank you to the Zapara family.
Yes.
A big contributor to our team, along with all of our other donors and our families and our advisors.
And our dean, our Zapara's School of Business, Dean Thomas. Yes, thank you very much.
You guys are so composed. Can you just give me like a woo? LaSierra University. Great job.